Hello, my name is Waya and welcome to My Deep Guide, and in today's video we're going to be checking out two new updates that have been released for the Remarkable paper tablet. Both Remarkable 2 and Remarkable 1 are receiving those updates. Current version is 3.13, which is official, but I'm going to be covering 3.14 as well, which is still in beta, but by the time this video comes out, hopefully it will be either close to final release or final release as well. But before we start, I want to invite you to check out mydeepguide.com/shop, where you can find My Daily Organizer or MDO and My Deep Guide Meeting Planner or MMP. MDO and MMP are both hyperlinked PDF files with intricate functionalities to help you organize all of your yearly, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily, personal or professional organizing needs. And in the case of MMP, it helps you centralize, simplify and organize all of your meeting planning needs. If any of this actually sounds interesting, I invite you to check out the linked playlists in the description below, where you can find much more information to figure out if MDO or MMP or both are something that might help you or not. Either case, purchasing of either of these products helps directly support independence of My Deep Guide. And now onwards with the updates for the Remarkable. Let's just quickly go through 3.13. So 3.13 basically added three new things. The one is properly new, and that is actually really useful. So if I open up the notebook, if it wants to open, there we go. The cool thing that they've added is that you now have basically two brush presets that you can choose from as a quick access thing, right? So whichever option that you choose here, be it the pen type, the stroke width and the color, this is basically your preset brush number 1, preset brush number 2. And then you can very quickly and easily switch between these two. And this is super handy for writing, because then I can just switch to calligraphy and then back to normal writing. Right? Or if you are drawing, then you can have the brush or and the pencil and things like that. So genuinely, this is a very welcome feature for the platform to have. I think it's long overdue, but you know, better late than never. So this is a very nice thing to see. The onboarding process for the first-time users and the first-time startup, that they say has been smoothed out, so it's like smoother onboarding process. And also they are really doubling down on their new fonts as being a very important thing. So now when the Remarkable is sleeping, you have the Remarkable paper tablet is sleeping, and you will see these new fonts. I think they even say like you will be able to enjoy our new fonts and logo when starting, sleeping or loading. Now 3.14 update is still in beta, but probably by the time that this video actually comes out, it's very likely or possible that it will start to roll out as a finished version. But that one is also fairly simple, and it adds one really welcome feature. But I'm gonna do that the second one, because the other one is kind of weird, because they say like hold that thought, select text by holding your marker on a word and dragging it, right? So I can select text, but it doesn't really say, is it like selecting text in a document or selecting text in a notebook? And wherever I try, and it doesn't say like which tool to use. So I'm not really sure how is this supposed to work, because whenever I actually try it in a document, this is simply writing, right? And if I go back here and I open up yeah, let's say this one, and I do have text here, right? And then I press and hold, I'm still getting the same thing, right? It's still the same type of thing. And even if I go into the text mode and if I go into edit text, I'm getting the same. This is the selection tool. So this was the last tool that I had used. That's for deleting and stuff. So Probably I'm doing something wrong, but I'm not really entirely sure how is this supposed to work. It could as well be the fact that this is a beta, so that something is maybe wrong, and hopefully by the time that the official version hits the release, this is something that will work in a more intuitive way, and that it will be more clear what this actually is. The second, or the main feature, is something that should have been there from the get-go, and that is basically, if you go to the text, now you have narrow column or wide column, right? So this is the default width of the column when you're typing, and you were unable to adjust the margins in any way, shape, or form. No longer the case. Now you can simply tap on the T button or the text, choose to use the wide column, and it really does fill out very, very neatly and nicely all of the text that you have. That is until you actually start and want to use it in an option, in a setting that you would normally use this, which is, let me just show you what I mean. So the wide column is nice, right, in the portrait mode. However, when you're typing, what you're going to be doing most likely is you're going to be using your type folio, right, for typing, and that's when the tablet automatically goes into its landscape mode. This is where the narrowness of the typing was a major concern for me, because there was such a huge amount of space that's basically unused, and you had no control, no formatting control whatsoever. So now when you actually do go to the wide column, yes, it does make it wider, but it does make it wider only to fit the width of the screen and the format of the screen in a portrait mode. When you actually go into landscape mode, it is slightly better, but it's still not the... It doesn't use the whole width of the screen. Now, if they had the ability to do this, and they obviously do, because it's a very easy thing, because it's simply adjusting the margins and then text is wrapped around like it normally would be. It would have been nice to have added another option, which is maybe fit width, right? So you have narrow. This is what we like as a narrow one. We as a Remarkable, we like the wide one, and this is the width that we like. But in a case that you are a user who would prefer to maximize the real estate that the screen of this device offers, why not actually have a third option that basically fits to the width with proper margin settings, right? So it's not jarring, that it's not ugly or things like that. It can leave normal margins, and the fit width can work within those margins. And then you would have the flexibility of having a device that actually utilizes the entirety of the screen, or works more normally, what you would expect it, how you would expect it to work, either in portrait or landscape mode. So while this is most definitely good, and I do like the fact that it's a thing, right? I really like that, but I really like it how it looks, that the margins here are set in a proper way, but I have absolutely no understanding why it is limited, that it works that way only in the portrait mode and not in the landscape mode. Again, this being a beta, hopefully this is something that maybe will get addressed in some way or another before it actually becomes an official release. But at the moment, this is how it works, and more often than not, we've seen that Remarkable basically beta features and the state of the beta, I have yet to see them actually make a major change or adjustment of how a beta feature works, unless it's completely broken or there's something like essentially broken. But as far as the functionality goes, yeah, I'm not 100% sure that we're going to see this basically adjusted for the landscape format. That being said, in portrait mode, this is a very welcome thing. However, as this is reflecting the typing mostly, I just see it as a disconnect, because you're going to be typing in via the folio, because that's, the tablet doesn't have a Bluetooth, so you can't use another keyboard with it unless you hack it. And then, yeah, you're going to use a folio and you're going to use it in landscape format, and you won't be able to enjoy this lovely formatting and using of the real estate of the screen. And unfortunately, you will just see something that's marginally better than this. So this was how it was, and you will see it just marginally better. And that, I think, is yeah, it's strange as a choice. To me, I find it strange. As opposed to how we've had updates for the Remarkable platform, you know, what we're used to, yes, they're sparse, but that's their logic, that's what they're doing, and that can be fine. This time, it's actually fine. I'm fine on both fronts, mostly. The 313 is nice because you do get that extra quick access preset, and that's a genuinely good thing to have, and I think that it improves the functionality of the tablet on all fronts, and it seems to be working fine. So that one is really, really good to see. The other one with the wide layout for text, yeah, as I said, works perfectly in the portrait mode. I just wish that it was a more complete solution that works just as well, but in landscape format as well. So maybe this is something that they will fix, because this is still, as I mentioned many times now, a beta version. So hopefully this is something that does get fixed and improved by the time it gets to be rolled out on the for the official version, but we'll have to wait and see. I hope that you found the video interesting and or informative. If you did, please like and subscribe, and ding the notification bell in the description below to get notified when new videos come out on My Deep Guide. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye!